that caption that came up. I'm pretty sure it was Van Velthoven who took 7th, Volokakis took 8th, Brown Kwesi took 9th place. So we move on now to the final of the keirin in Manchester. Francois, fighting talk there from that's a Wang, probably one of the most famous keirin riders in the world. Had that huge skewer through his leg, like almost like a kebab. Luis Oliva zips up the skin suit, getting held up by Ernie, his mechanic. This is Matthijs Buchli of the Netherlands alongside the Canadian rider Hugo Barret. The Colombian rider next. This is Santiago Ramirez. And the German rider Joachim Eilers, a team sprint world record holder, of course. So here we go. 8 laps of racing to go, and a Wang is right onto the wheel of the keirin, a Derny bike. Four laps to go, and a Wang there in the lime green, staying up there on the wheel of the bike. Round the outside comes Joachim Eilers, that world record in the team sprint was in Aguascalientes. And the riders here, let's have a look. There's been a little bit of a problem, and this race has been neutralized. They overtook the Derny bike, so I don't know what's going to happen here.
Has been disqualified for passing the Derny before the time.
Well, the Wang is shaking his head. We just heard there that he's been disqualified, so is Joachim Eilers. So only 4 riders now have been allowed to restart.
1 to 6, heat number 2.
I must admit, if you look at that replay, it's a little bit harsh because the Derny bike is peeling off far too late. Normally they peel off as they come out of turn 2 with 2.5 laps to go, and the Derny bike is pretty much pulling off with as they approach the entrance of turn 3. And that really shouldn't happen. So 4 riders then. Luis Oliva, Santiago Ramirez, Matthijs Buchli and Hugo Barret in the restart. It is Barret at the front, Luis Oliva leaving a little bit of a gap. The Colombian rider Ramirez sitting on the wheel of the Canadian. Just watch this, the Derny bike should peel off now. It should drop down, but he's pulling off far too late. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what happens. Luis Oliva goes to the front for Great Britain, followed by the Canadian Barret. The Colombian rider right on the wheel, Santiago Ramirez. Round the outside comes the man in orange, Matthijs Buchli. Oh, it's pretty rapid in here now, isn't it? Buchli slips into that little gap somehow. Doesn't take away the wheel of the Colombian. Luis Oliva struggling a little bit as he goes down to the bottom of the track now. It's going to be very, very close. Buchli gets it in the centre, ahead of the Colombian rider, I think. No doubt about it, Matthijs Buchli takes the men's keirin here in Guadalajara. Oh, look, Luis Oliva was having to peg back a little bit, and that's an infringement by the Canadian rider, Hugo Barret. He entered the sprinters line when Luis Oliva was there, and there's confirmation of the result. Buchli wins ahead of Hugo Barret, Santiago Ramirez and Luis Oliva in 4th place, and I would not be...
It's really amazing. Last year I won in Aguascalientes, my first World Cup. It was exactly 1 year ago. It was also in January. And now I did it again. It's unbelievable.
I think if we look here that you'll see Luis Oliva gets the bronze medal for the infringement of the Canadian.
Please acknowledge all our medalists.
Un aplauso, por favor, para todos nuestros
Matthijs Buchli
medallistas.
takes the gold medal ahead of Ramirez, and Luis Oliva advances into bronze medal position. That's what the lines on the track are all about. If one rider has already entered the